It's time for Six Figure Trucker Period 10. This is where we take a look at my compensation as a company driver. Let's talk about the logs for the week. I was paid for 4,117 dispatched miles. I had 3,269 logged miles. My utilization was 99%. The day in orange was a day that I was on a paid 34-hour reset. My unedited pay statement for period 10 of 2024. This includes all trips from February 25th to March 2nd. The first trip started in Kinston, North Carolina, and ended at the Greer, South Carolina terminal. It paid $302 for 331 miles. The second trip started in Laredo, Texas, and ended in Kinston, North Carolina. It paid $1,049 for 1,606 miles. The third trip started at the Greer, South Carolina terminal and ended at the Fort Recovery, Ohio terminal. It had stops in New Haven, Indiana and Van Wert, Ohio. It paid $428 for 665 miles. The fourth trip started at the Fort Recovery, Ohio terminal and ended in Laredo, Texas. It had stops in Shreveport, Louisiana and Houston, Texas. It paid $1,105 for 1,516 miles. Empty miles paid $259. Securement paid $32. Hazmat miles paid $46. I was paid $100 for a 34-hour reset. Loaded miles paid $2,311, and stops paid $136. This week's total earnings was $2,885. We keep hearing that across the industry, drivers are getting less miles and making less money. I am one that believes in hard numbers rather than anecdotal information. Here's the comparison of my miles and compensation for the last 4 years, looking at the comparison through the 10th week of each year. This year is the highest of the 4. 10 weeks into the year, my gross income is $22,121, and I have driven 28,333 miles. This averages out to $2,212 per week and 2,833 miles per week. Estimating that over a year, I'm on track to earn $115,031 for 147,332 miles. Through week 10 of 2024, I have been loaded 93% of the miles. 7% of those miles have been hazmat placarded miles. This is a map of the miles per state year to date on which I have driven. Texas remains well in the first position. North Carolina and Ohio have flipped for second and third. My home state of Georgia remains in fourth. Arkansas, Indiana, and Illinois round out the top 7. No new states were added to the map this week. Here's the home time that I've taken this payroll year. I did not take any additional home time this week. I have been on home time 4 times so far this year, totaling 14.1 days. I've had 6 paid 34-hour resets on the road. My driver's statement shows 8, but 2 of those are actual layovers, which I'm paid for those as well. I'm not paid hourly, but let's calculate it like an hourly job. For the week, my gross pay was $2,885 for 61 hours of work. If we break that down to a typical hourly job, it could be 40 regular hours and 21 hours of overtime, resulting in an effective pay rate of $40.63 per hour. Straight hourly pay would be $47.55 per hour. Year to date, I've earned $22,121 for the 536 hours worked. Out of those hours, 400 would be regular time and 136 would be overtime. If we calculate it weekly with overtime, the effective pay rate is about $36.64 per hour. However, as straight time, it's approximately $41.29 per hour. As always, make sure you're enjoying every day